Hi there. So I'm Ailsa Currie, and I am the destination leader for Ayrshire and Arran. So we farm at Bellevue Farm, which is on the west side of the Isle of Arran. So what I was going to do is just tell you a wee bit about us, about what we're doing and where we're trying to go. So let's just get to where we are. So about us, so there's actually 3 boys there. We've got 2 boys and we've got one that's just added in. So there's Donald Senior, there's Donald Junior, there's Andrew, and there's myself. So Donald is the 7th generation of Donald Currie that has farmed in that area. So I am a blow-in. I come from the borders. So I come from a dairy and turkey farm in the borders. So the farm at Bellevue is 250 acres. We've got about 50 suckler cows, 250 breeding ewes. We grow barley, malting barley, which is sold to the local distillery and made into Arran whisky. And Donald Senior is very tractor orientated, so he has an agricultural contracting enterprise, so he does tractor and machinery work over the rest of the island. And we also have two holiday cottages. So why we diversified? So basically, really we were doing a lot of these things anyway. So any visitors that come to the holiday cottages, any new visitors, I would take them for a tour of the farm anyway, explain everything to them. Regular visitors just sort of take it as accepted that they will kind of join our little team. So we have always done that. We have always produced our own meat, so we've always got meat, pork, lamb butchered, vacuum packed for ourselves, and for neighbours and anybody that helps out, we would always give them a bit of meat or whatever. So that's something we have always done. This picture here I thought was quite good to show, because this is my boys along with 2 kids that have come to the cottage. So they have come sort of faithfully every year for the last, I would say, probably about 12 years. So they just kind of fit in with us, and this is one of their jobs for the day. If you look in the trailers, there's lots of things, and that's what they're taking out from the house for our barbecue at night. So we always have barbecues with our holiday visitors, so they're either looking out at the sunset or in the shed when the weather's not good. So it's a great team effort, great fun, singing, musical instruments, but as I say, that is just the way we've always done things. So we diversified, really. We were trying to find the direction. We've obviously got 2 young boys. If they want to come home to farm, was there enough there for them? You want to kind of teach them to kind of look outside the box, achieve, and obviously we were coming up to Brexit. So there was so much uncertainty. Was there going to be subsidies? Was there not? You don't know what price you're going to get for anything. And really there's a sort of lack of control. So kind of all these things we're kind of looking about, trying to find a direction. I did the Rural Leadership course in 2017, and that was a very, very positive experience. And I came out of that buzzing, really ready to take on something. I was looking for a challenge and I wanted really to achieve something. And we did the Leaf Open Farm Sunday that year. So the Leaf is basically, it's an open farm day, is one of the things that they offer. So we opened the farm up to visitors, to let them basically come onto this farm and see what there was to see. So I wanted that to be a community thing, and I wanted it to be a really positive, happy thing. So lots of the neighbours helped. and what we basically did was we set up different stations around the farm. The lady from down the road, she did a wildlife, a sort of treasure hunt. Gordon from the cheese shop, he provided a couple of Highland cows. A lady from the South End, we got some pigs. So the visitors basically came and walked around the different stations and heard about the animals, and they also heard the story about where the animals came from. So they heard that they were Gordon's cows, that Gordon had the cheese shop, and just as well as hearing the story about the animal, they also heard the story about how everything fits in on the island and our life. So there was hundreds came to it. It was great fun, and I think everybody really enjoyed it. And that was the start of the farm tours. So I kept getting inquiries, people saying, would I do more? So I thought, I'm going to give this a go. And that was really how the farm tour started. So I set up my risk assessments, got all my risk assessments set out. We spoke to the NFU. So we went through health and safety with the NFU and insurance with them as well. We had a major purchase. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on things because obviously we didn't know how things were going to go. So I went wild and crazy and bought a Portaloo on eBay. And that was quite an adventure getting it home. It was shipped up from London, and then we had to get it over on the boat. So that was a bit of a hoot. And basically at the start, everybody had to come in, wash their hands in the back kitchen. So we were very, very careful to follow all the procedures. It was all done by the book. We made flyers up, we put them around the hotels, anywhere we thought that people would see them. And we obviously we had a Facebook page at that, so we just advertised it on the Facebook page, and that was really, really where it started. So this is where we are now. That's our holiday cottages. So there's 2 holiday cottages side by side. They both accommodate 5. We're not registered with Visit Scotland just now, but since really getting involved with agritourism, we're actually our cottages were always booked, always full, and we just kind of let it run, but we're trying to up our game a bit. I've kind of identified with the help of the Monitor Farm, really need to kind of pull it up a notch, so we're working on them just now and just trying to get them spruced up a bit. The rest of the pictures here are just pictures of what we do in the farm tours. So I try and make, we get all shapes and sizes come on the farm tours. They've just grown over the years. But as well as seeing the animals, I'm trying to tell the story about farming, the different seasons. I'm talking about how the food is produced from the start right through to the finish, and also life on Arran. So people are interested on, what it's like to live on an island and just how the food on Arran all fits together. So they're hearing all the little stories, and because our life, I think, is so different, from a lot of people are interested in that. The idea that you've been out at 5 o'clock in the morning chasing cows in your jammies and your wellies, people from a different background aren't used to that. So, it all does interest them. So to move forward from there, we have sort of identified, we're obviously on a lovely location, we have lovely views, but with that comes the sort of exposed weather. And really, if there was bad weather, we were struggling to do the farm tours. For the Open Farm Sunday, we had lots of posters, lots of displays, explaining things like how silage is made, all these kinds of things. But the day after, it all had to go away. We had to put it away. So that really was how the idea of sort of developing a shed for the farm tour started. We could also see from the tours that there are the people that want to know the in-depth detail about farming life. There's also the people that come maybe with their 2-year-old child who want to spend a bit of time on the farm. They want to see the rabbits, sit on a picnic table, have a wee walk around the field, but they don't really want frog marched round the farm. So there is a kind of, there's two kind of streams there. So with the farm tour, we have developed this shed. So it was basically first lockdown, it was a pile in the yard. We're getting there slowly now. I think we're heading towards it. But so what we have in the shed: hand washing facilities, toilets. We're looking to put displays up so that we can show where people's food comes from, so we can show the farming side and then show how that has actually follows a track through to produce Arran food, really. We're looking to have a few livestock, some machinery. We'll have a small area for teas and coffees to start with, see how that goes, and a shop where we can sell our meat, where we can sell sort of local produce, where we can sell our Arran ice cream to all these children that have been starved when they were going round their farm tour. And t-shirts, Go Rural t-shirts, Bellevue t-shirts, all these kinds of things. And we're hoping to be able to put a small footpath round the side of the shed, up the back of the hill, just so that people can walk through the fields and, just go at their own pace. So that's really where we're sort of aiming towards. So what we're really trying to create, the sort of bigger picture, we're looking to sell local produce. So we're keen to be able to sell to our visitors the produce that we've produced and other people in the island have produced. And we also want to offer bespoke farm tours so that people can walk around the farm, see the animals, and then follow that through, see the meat being cooked, and actually taste the meat, so that it's a complete full-on visitor experience for them. And we have a couple of chefs that are quite keen to do that and will work with us to do that. I've mentioned the cafe and again the barbecue idea. I mean, we're doing that anyway. We've had inquiries for birthday parties, different things like that. So I think, we're going to give that a try, maybe one night a month or one night a week, see how it goes, see if we can build that up, because obviously we're just extending what we're doing. We're quite keen to have a farmers market, so be able to invite other producers on the island in maybe one day a month, so that they can all sell their produce as well. And we're kind of trying to grow that. And what we have sort of identified from there is, the visitors that are coming to the holiday cottages, they're obviously part of this experience as well. So what I would like to do is to now provide a welcome pack to people coming to the holiday cottages of Arran produce. So that might be, some of our lamb. They would have one of Alistair's bottles of milk, so that they can go down to the village and refill that milk, throughout their visit. There'd be eggs, vegetables, cheese, Arran oat cakes, that kind of thing. So that is really where we are aiming towards. So just to finish off by talking a wee bit about Scottish agritourism. So to me, I feel a wee bit like a sort of convert. Scottish agritourism to me was like the light in the sky. It has been wonderful, and it has really been such a massive support, and I feel so motivated by it because I've met so many amazing people. I went to a couple of the Monitor Farm meetings, and then Caroline asked me to do the Lamathon, and that was really the start of my involvement with it. And then at the start of lockdown, COVID, I started to sit in on the Monday morning Zooms, and it was a massive support. And Caroline and some of the other guys on there, they really sort of carried us and sort of mentored us through that. It was a struggle at that time. I struggled with funding, and Caroline basically saw me through to the end until we'd got our problem sorted. And so from the funding side of things, it proceeded to cleaning, COVID regulations, all these kind of things. So it was a great support to us. The agritourism has also got a direct line into government. So if we have any issues, we speak to Caroline, she goes to government and then gets feedback from there. So that is a very sort of logical process. So, I mean, Caroline has been a very strong leader in there. She's got a clear vision, amazing, positive, dynamic, can-do attitude. And I really, you know, when you're working with these kind of people, it gives you great drive, and it gives you, you know, much more confidence. There's also a great WhatsApp group. So the WhatsApp group pings away all the time, but you know, when you're in that group, the pings are worth reading. The people in the group are people very like myself. There's people that do less than I do, and there's people that are way much more advanced than I do. But if I've got a question about anything, in the past I would have sat there for a morning, reading, trying to get to the bottom of something. I ping a question in that WhatsApp group and you get an answer, because there's somebody maybe going through the same thing, and they looked it up yesterday or spoke to somebody and they have an answer for you. We've also got, as Caroline said, the resource of Visit Scotland. Lorna Reid has been amazing. Lorna Reid is obviously from a farm. She knows the ropes, she knows the score, and she knows what she's dealing with. So she has been a massive support to us. And, you know, Caroline's also talked about the Go Rural website. So, you know, as a sort of agricultural destination, it is great to be part of that. And, you know, for people that want to have a holiday on a farm, buy farm produce, that is going to be the go-to place. So yeah, it's good to be part of that. So my final line, I know I've sort of raved about how good it all is, and you know, you could listen to me raving. I could rave quite happily forever. But you know, if you cut it down really to somebody from the outside looking in, you're really looking at the financial benefits of what I have gained out of agritourism. So we paid a membership into Scottish Agritourism, and I can hand on heart say, well, I've put down there 10 times, I got 10 times back what I've put in. I would say it's way more than that. If I had to go and employ somebody to give me the help that I've got out of that, it would be way beyond that. So I'm just going to finish there. I mean, I'm more than happy to answer any questions, but that's me.